Hey everyone, it's your boy Sarah from here. Welcome back to the channel. Once again, we're going to be diving deep into the latest developments of One Piece and discussing whenever or not the God's Knights, these holy knights from Marija, whenever or not they're the final antagonists in the Elbaf arc. Let's get into it, okay? Spoilers for chapter 1147. Okay, I don't want to be condescending. I don't know because I don't know what that means. Okay, but ever since Shamrock left the crew, the God's Knights, okay, aura or chances of getting out of Elbaf and executing their plan of kidnapping the children and forcing the the giants to become their underling or to fight with them in the war. The chances of them doing that with all these threats around them are very slim. Okay, you got Gabon, who hates them, Scopper Gabon, the left wing of the Pirate King. Oh, I just dropped my phone. Okay, but anyways, very slim to none. You're outmanned. There's only 3 God's Knight in Elbaf right now. You got Summers, Kenningham, Gonko. Okay, you are outmanned. You have so many threats. You got the Straw Hat crew, the Yonko Straw Hat crew, Loki, who hates the God's Knight, Scopper Gabon, the left wing of the Pirate King. You got Drogi and Broggy, the giant warrior pirates. Looking at all these threats and looking at the God's Knights, the 3 God's Knights, they are outmanned. Okay, not to say that they are weak. Gonko just took out 4 of the Straw Hats. Okay, including Fatboy Jinbei. But when you look at their opponents, heavy hitters, especially coming to them right now with Gabon, things don't seem too balanced. But Seraphim, don't the God's Knights have regenerative abilities? Again, they have an angry Scopper Gabon gonna rush towards them and beat the crap out of them. And this is Scopper Gabon, who has already seen a God Knight and probably already fought a God Knight. Okay, he probably knows that how to beat, to counter the regenerative ability of these God Knights. He was in God Valley. Hopefully he knows how to. Okay, we can only presume, but obviously he knows. Come on, he's gonna teach the Straw Hats how to beat these pesky emu powers or something like that. Okay, it's either with advanced conquerors hockey, that's what the kids are calling it nowadays, or divine hockey. Okay, either way, Gabon knows how to defeat them. Okay, how to counter this. Okay, so he's gonna go full power, save his kid. He ain't no deadbeat. He ain't no dragon. Especially with his giant wife cheering him on. Okay, I still don't know how that happened. Still no explanation for Oda. We're probably gonna get that for SBS. Okay, and as well, you have Robin in those final panels. He might fight. She might fight Summers as well. Okay, like after what he did to Saul, as a little revenge. Little Robin demon action. Okay, because Elbaf is Robin's arc. Sorry, Usopp fans, but other than the hostage situation, I don't see the God's Knights having their way. There's no good advantage for them unless Summers is literally on par with Gabon. Like, there's no way without other God's Knight help that they're gonna win this situation or they're gonna escape with their plan. Okay, they might get captured. Okay, that'll be fun. Okay, if you're keeping up with my explanation, right? If they get captured, it's kind of seeming, familiar of what happened to Egghead, where Lucci and Kaku, they arrive, we thought they're the main antagonists. Again, we know the summoning circle is right there, so any other God Knight or Gorosei, without their knowledge, can get summoned there at a snap of my finger. Okay, so I'm fully expecting some backup, to arrive for the God Knights. Maybe like perhaps Shamrock or Garling. I don't know who's in charge of this summoning circle. Maybe Emu. Maybe Emu can see through the eyes of Gonko and it's like, oh, they're getting their ass whoop. I'ma send all the God's Knight. Okay, I don't know if they're in the bathroom, they're in they're in East Blue, South Blue. I'm sending all 11 of them here. I don't know if it's exactly 11, but maybe 8, maybe 9, I don't know. But again, maybe their power level has to be matching with the same God's Knight that we saw defeated the 4 other Straw Hats or something like that. They can all have insane devil fruit powers. It's either it's either more God's Knight will come, Shamrock, Garling, Emu arrives in Elbaf and tells the Straw Hat, like the giant pirates, tell the Straw Hats, like, please leave or you will get your ass demolished, something like that. This is the hidden king of the entire world. Okay, then Luffy's like, oh, I won't leave. Again, Emu Luffy interaction. We might have a repeat of that because I don't think any more admirals are gonna come once again, because it's gonna be the repeat of last time. Kizaru already came in Egghead. We don't want a repeat of that. But it is kind of like the trend of more every arc like a Admiral comics, except Whole Cake Island. In Wano you got Green Bull, Egghead obviously you got Kizaru. Then maybe in Elbaf you get the big boy Aka Inu. So who knows? Aka Inu, Sakasugi, he might be there and they're like, oh, what's up, Straw Hats? Why he might be busy dealing with Dragon right now, Dragon Sabo versus Aka Inu. So again, I don't know. I do have a theory of Imu arriving in Elbaf and controlling Gonko. It's maybe like, oh, this is Imu 50% of his or her power. Like that's why we saw in a panel like, oh, Gonko gets hurt or something like that. Okay, I don't know, but maybe we see her demonic powers. The devil fruit. That's my theory. Also my theory, to overcome the current situation and force the other giant pirates to listen to them because they got their children. Okay, with them right now, they're not a threat. Okay, the three of them, they are not a threat to the Straw Hats whatsoever. Okay, Monster Trio, they're still down. Loki's still down. Gabon is right there because Gabon's gonna demolish them. So looking at it now, Imu and the God's Knight and Garling, Shamrock coming back, they're the only plausible outcome. More God's Knight coming, they're the more plausible outcome. So because I don't think Blackbeard is gonna make his move anytime soon, especially not in this arc in Elbaf. Okay, Imu obviously highest chance. Okay, Aka Inu is dealing with Dragon Sabo, the Revolutionary Army. So it literally just leaves the God's Knight and more God's Knights. And if it doesn't, if it's just Gonko, Summers, and Kinningham's powers to create fear out of anyone, like, oh, maybe Gabon's fear is like Gold D Roger. So Gold D Roger versus Luffy. Or Kinningham gets possession of Usopp, and Usopp is like this magnet of energy. Every fear is like something great. Okay, but that's the end of the video. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Again, what are your thoughts on Elbaf so far? Do you think the gods are actually the main antagonists of Elbaf, or you think Imu's gonna arrive and just put the hammer down on anyone? Again, put it down in the comments below. I love you guys. Real one, say it back.